Hello everyone and welcome to Lucy's Larking Adventures. We're out again today at this lovely brook, really just on the outskirts of Somerset today, so we're hoping that this is the body of water that connects to one of our favourite places to go. We've had some really good finds, so we're just trying to follow it further up and see if we can find more stuff. So fingers crossed there'll be plenty to see here. So we're actually just going to head away from the bridge just because the water's quite murky, so we're just going to go against the flow of water, but we'll be back down and perhaps we'll go sort of through it and down beyond. We'll see how we got on for time. So I'm going to start having a look around, see if I can see anything interesting. I've already spotted a few bits of sort of really broken glass, so nothing exciting yet, but some signs that there are potentially things to be found, which is great. So I'll bring you back shortly and let you know. Okay, let me catch you up quickly. We've walked quite far up now from where the bridge was, where we first started. You can probably tell that the weather is against us slightly. It's a bit windy, it's quite cold, and there's lots of leaves. We're also under lots of horse chestnut trees, so there's lots of conkers, horse chestnuts in the water, which is fine, except that they always look like there's something exciting. So I've picked up quite a few so far. Still, we've got to check, right? But Ryan's just had his first interesting find. Look at this. A nice old handle. Bit of decoration there, is that, or it might just be something growing on it. So it's definitely got some age to it, hasn't it? So hopefully that means we're heading in the right direction and there's more to be found. We'll bring you back and let you know. Look at this. I think this is one of the sort of things that they used to put on their shoes. I'm sure they've got a proper name to them. What do you think? They used to have some sort of stirrup on the front, didn't it, I think, and then just to keep their sort of silk shoes clean when the streets were really dirty. So yeah, shame it's a bit busted, but still, that's a nice find, isn't it? So I've had a couple of pottery sort of finds so far. Nothing sort of particularly substantial, but look, there's things like this around. Looks like the rim of a bowl or a vase maybe. I can't see any pattern on it, but still, pretty sure that means there's going to be more to come, so fingers crossed for some nice patterned pieces for me. There's a nice bit of blue hidden underneath that, I think. Worth a clean up. Look at this guy. Got to be protecting the good stuff, right? A crayfish, isn't it, I think? I shall leave him be. See what else there is to... It looks like the remains of a jar, doesn't it? Ryan's had a couple of finds, I've just caught him up. A piece of an old pot, so hopefully that's a sign there's more to come. And look, this great old shovel. That's fantastic, isn't it? So we've just found this shard of pottery. It's very heavy, and it looked black, but actually you can see it's not underneath there. It's a sort of terracotta colour. So what do we think? Were you able to age it? It's got to have some age to it, surely. I do need to do a bit of homework on being able to age pottery and stuff, but do you know what? I just like to be able to do it as I find stuff, so that's my style. But anyway, if you recognise it, let me know what you think. And actually, while I'm looking, I've just spotted something that looks quite interesting here. Let's see what this is. Oh look, just the top of an old bottle. Perfectly snapped off at the top, look. So we're finding more and more bits of broken bottle, which hopefully means that the further up we go, the more complete ones we'll find. Fingers crossed. Look at this. It's quite the find, isn't it? I wonder how long that's been rocking around the rivers. I wonder how old it is. I'm quite pleased with that actually. It's a bit of an interesting find to just pull out the river, isn't it? So yeah, super. So we've got to another nice shallow bit. I've had a couple of pottery finds, another piece like this, look. Pretty hefty bit, very similar to the last one. And this, which underneath it has got a really nice blue pattern, I'm sure of it. So you can probably tell we're in a less peaceful part. We've come to another bridge, which obviously is a road bridge, and it connects the two sort of old villages, so it's pretty busy at the moment. Let's go and see what's under them. So unfortunately there's not much under the bridges, which is a shame. Ryan has found another old spade though, look at that. 2 in one go is not bad, is it? Quite a lot of tools today, which is interesting. And I've just spotted this, look, in this murky bit. Someone's obviously been fishing for these crayfish and dropped their kit. Ryan's just found something. It looks like a ball, doesn't it, from... It's got to be, hasn't it, from balls. Proper English pastime, isn't it? Not one that we do ourselves, so I can't thoroughly identify it, but that's what I'm guessing.
Maybe they played it up there.
On the lawn? Yeah, maybe. A few more pieces of pottery from around the base of this tree, look. Nice piece of slipware there in the middle. This one's got a hidden pattern, definitely. It looks like it might be a sort of reddy brown pattern. And then a handle, of course. Always a handle. So you can see we've just come up out of the water. We're just going to head back down to the bridge where we started, and we thought we'd just come up along the bank and through this foresty bit. Not expecting to necessarily find anything, but it's always worth a look, isn't it? There might be something interesting, and it's just quite pleasant actually. There's the water down over there. Okay, so we've just crossed over the bridge where we started. It's a bit too small to walk through, but we can get down this side. Here we go. Looks great, doesn't it? So we're going to get in now, have a look at this side of the bridge, and then head down that way, see what we can find. Look at that. I wonder where that was from. Oh, nice. Let's go on to the rocky bit, see if there's anything hidden in here. The leaves are pesky, aren't they? Lots of broken bits of bottle still. No closer to finding a complete one yet. That's not anything. There's lots of pieces like that here. Oh look. What's this? Looks like an insulator maybe. Oh no, it's a little pot. I found some like this before, and I think someone on one of my previous videos said it's called milk glass. Is it a lid? Do you know, it could be a lid actually, couldn't it, with the shape of it? I wonder if it's got any writing on it. I'll give it a clean and have a look. I think Ryan's found a bottle. A Coca-Cola one, well done. I think they still do these glass bottles, don't they? And I really don't know how you would age them. I'll have to try and find out, won't I? Yeah, it's nice. So, hopefully that is a sign that there's more to come. I'm going to have a little scooch around these rocks here and let you know what I find before I let you go. Here's an old shoe, look. All those pins in. I love to find these. Someone actually wore that, and that's what's exciting about it, isn't it? I won't bring them home though. I tend not to bring them all home. Some of them I do, not all of them. So yes, this looks like a place that I'll have a look through. Why don't I bring you back and let you know if I find anything else? Ryan's just found this lid. I thought it was plastic at first, but it feels like an odd type of plastic. I don't know. Oh, it is a little logo. I wonder what that was then. The lid of something maybe? I don't know. It's a bit of an odd mix of stuff here. Some that seems really, really old and some that is a bit more modern. But that's what keeps it interesting, I suppose. Look at that. Some sort of circuit board or something, isn't it? See what I mean? Bit of a mix of age of stuff. Let's head down a bit further. Oh, look at this. All the fallen apples. Something quite eerie about that actually, you know? That looks like the bottom of an old sort of inkwell or blacking pot or something, doesn't it, I wonder? Next to the fallen apples. So yeah, a bit more coming out this side of the bridge, which is good. More of that. What's this? I think Ryan must have found this and left it for me. God, that's heavy. That must have been pretty hefty in its time. It's interesting, isn't it? It's really heavy. It looks like maybe a bit of an old fire grate or something. Okay, let's head down. I'll bring you back in a sec. Hey, look at this. Ryan's just pointed this out to me. This is not my usual sort of interest, but this is the remains of a really old toilet. And I mean, you know, before the ones that we have now. So, you know, a little bit interesting, isn't it? Before my time, so I'm still intrigued to see it on the edge of the river. Although I'm definitely not going to take it home. So we've managed to find a bottle. There's an apple going by, look. No marks on it or anything, no names unfortunately. It's definitely got some age to it. So yeah, hopefully that's a sign that there's more exciting ones to come. And here we go, here's another one. This looks like a sort of wine bottle, doesn't it, look? Again, probably not the oldest bottle that we've come across, but it's quite nice to come away with something today. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So there's lots of interesting metal finds today, and look at this. Broken off, unfortunately. It looks like it's the remains of some sort of metal fire tool, I'd say. Do you think? Sort of raking the coals on the fire or something. So I just used my new fire tool to dig up this piece of pottery, and all I could see was this. And it was so worth it, because look at that beautiful pattern on the other side. The little boat there, the trees. It looks like that's a church in the background there, look. Brilliant, isn't it? Here's another set of bucket handles, look. Those nice edges. Quite a lot of things like that today, haven't we? Which is quite fun. Going to go in and get it out and see if it's anything exciting. It's one of these essence of coffee and chicory. These are quite common, I think. We found a couple of these before, but I quite like them. They've got a certain look to them, haven't they? It's always nice to find something complete with a name and a sort of brand on it. I think it's Patterson's at some point, isn't it? This might say it that side. So we'll give that a good clean up, and that'll look great. And then there's something else that looks interesting over here, so let's just see. Ryan's going to go and have a look. Oh, I wonder what that is. It's pretty heavy. Oh look, you never believe it, another one. That's 3, isn't it? That's crazy. So yeah, we might explore this area a little bit more, see if there's anything else. We'll let you know if we find anything else. So it's much easier walking back up this way against the flow, because it's easier to spot stuff. There's another glass jar. So no name or anything on it, but I do like to find these. I like to clean them up, and I just use them around the house for, you know, brushes and all sorts of things. Pens. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Look at this little plate. I wonder what this has come from. It says Bell Punch Property. Please return. See if I can work out where that came from. Isn't that interesting? Does it say Dell? I think that might be a D. See if we can clean it up and have a look. Is this nice remnant? Look, it looks like it used to be a big sort of mixing bowl or something at some point. So that's quite a nice little find. I quite like that. There's something quaint about that, isn't there? Imagine that in an old kitchen, can't you? So walk with me, we'll just see if there's anything more to find. We're just heading on back up now. Back to the bridge where we started. Just a plain piece. We'll see if we can find anything on the way. So just talking to the landowner of the house sort of adjacent to where we are, and he said there are sort of otters here. Lots of crayfish, which we spotted already. We won't spot any otters because they won't come out when we're around. Although I'd love to. Oh look, not much left of that. Wasn't that beautiful at one point? And he was just explaining to us that when he moved into the property, there were lots of interesting things along the bank, as we've just sort of been having a look. So most of it probably sort of excavated now, but it might be the source of some of the stuff that we're finding. The house is pretty old, so. I like to look under the trees, although it is quite difficult to navigate, but you never know what you might find. Look at that. It's nice, isn't it? That's just an old rock, isn't it? Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get through there, probably a bit low. Let's head back out and round. Oh, it looks like Ryan's found something. Let's go and see what he's got. What's that? Oh wow. Look at that. Certainly a day to find tools today, isn't it? The theme of the day. I'm not going to open that. I imagine that's just come down from the garden, hasn't it? Oh, Ryan's found a nice piece. That's really nice. I wonder what that pattern is. Some sort of glaze, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen one like that before, you know. It's very lovely. Shall keep that one. This is a sort of matter of interest, really. I don't think it's historically significant. What do you think it is? It's got these holes drilled in the back, lots of screws in it, and it's really heavy. I thought it was a computer part. Ryan thinks it might be a sort of mechanism from a lock. So there we go. Let us know what you think. We're not going to take it home. It's always interesting to try and identify weird stuff, isn't it? Look at this old lid. Isn't this cute? And it says yeast fight. Look at this, a letterbox. Wonder how that's ended up here. So I hope you've enjoyed our adventure today. We've had some pretty cool finds. I'll put some pics up. My find of the day was my old knife. I think that's definitely got some age to it, so I'm going to try and work it out. Let me know if you think you can help age it or identify it. It has been a really nice lark, actually. Very relaxing. A few nice finds. And you kind of never know at this time of year whether you're going to be able to get out at all. So I'm just pleased to be out in the river, mooching around, looking out for interesting stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Do find me on Twitter if you want to. It's at Lucy Larking. I'm also on Facebook, Lucy's Larking Adventures. I'll see you next time. Bye.